to teach Indians how to speak better English so that they can have our answering jobs over there and we can move our answering services overseas. Because they can do our architecture, they can do our engineering, they can read our CT scans and CAT scans and all those sort of things, medical. I mean, in fact, there are between 25 and 42 million jobs that can leave America and be done just as well overseas, according to Dr. Alan Binder, who's a professor of economics at Princeton. What they're talking about is impoverishing the American people. They're encouraging people to come in from other countries, well-trained people with H-1B visas who work for much less. They're refusing to enforce our immigration laws. Why? Because they want the illegal immigrants to come in so that it will work for less and drive down our wages. Now, right now, people aren't hurting too badly. I mean, we've got unemployment insurance. It's been extended out to 2 years. You get 50% of what you were making before. But what happens when the federal government runs out of money? You can't keep borrowing money. And eventually what happens, and of course we're going to see this within about 10 years, is that they'll be putting out certainly more for insurance on the national debt and for Social Security and Medicare. Then all the money that comes in, there won't be anything left over for unemployment insurance, there won't be anything left over for the military. All of these programs, these wonderful programs, are going to come to an end. And that's exactly what they want. Who are they? Well, they're the Trilateral Commission. All you need to do, of course, is go back and read what Barry Goldwater told us back in 1979 in his book, No Apologies, when he said this group is international. Their goal is to take over the financial and commercial interests of the world by first taking over the government of the United States. What have they done? Well, from 1977 to 2008, every president and or vice president of the United States came from the membership rolls of the 87 members of the North American chapter of the Trilateral Commission. Do you think that happened by accident? 6 of the 8 presidents of the World Bank who controls world finance came from this little group. 8 of the 10 World Trade representatives who determine our trade policies. 7 of the 12 secretaries of state, 9 of the secretaries of defense. They control our government. And Rush Limbaugh is never going to tell you. And Sean Hannity isn't going to tell you. And Glenn Beck isn't going to tell you. But Alex Jones will. Yeah. That Alex is on the radio locally here, that Michael Zwerling has had the courage to put him on. Alex is doing a great job. He's picking up. I mean, I'm not going to be around. I'm 81. I'm not going to be around any that much longer. But it's great to know that we have people who are going to be able to stand up and tell the truth. So without further ado, my good friend, Alex Jones.
We could have done it without you. RadioLiberty.com. Since my microphone won't fit in here, I'll do it this way. Well, first off, it is just buoying, absolutely empowering to be here with so many lovers of liberty. The globalists are scared right now.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, thanks to you, Alex, man.
They have quietly, behind the scenes, built this system of dehumanization and enslavement. But because there were so many great people like Dr. Stan Monteith, going back almost 50 years ago, G. Edward Griffin, Anthony J. Hilder, and so many others, because of them being made fun of, laughed at, ridiculed, but telling the truth about the plan for a tyrannical world government, so many seeds have been planted, and so many other people of the last few generations have been awakened that we are literally catching the technocrats who are filled with hubris and on power trips with their pants down, and we've got a good chance of defeating them. More and more every day I quote the French philosopher Victor Hugo, "No army can stop an idea whose time has come." And the global recognition of the planetary corporate dictatorship has never been on more fire than it is now. It was just 4 months ago that Zbigniew Brzezinski, one of the top engineers and global planners of this feudal plantation, addressed the Council on Foreign Relations branch of Canada. And what did he tell them with his voice tremulating, his voice shaking? He said, for the first time in human history, the entire planet is politically awake and aware, I quote, staring the elite in the eyes. Puppet politicians like George Herbert Walker Bush and Bill Clinton and George W. Bush and Barack Obama, they come and go. But the puppet masters that pull their strings, they are there, and they are the enemy, and we recognize them, and we know they're waging eugenics Nazi war against us, and the spirit of free humanity is rising to resist them. They have attempted to control our paradigm and keep us in this false system of left, right, Republican, Democrat. But their false paradigm is falling. And as that illusion falls, as that iron curtain of deception burns away, we are staring eye to eye with the psychopathic controllers who have engineered every major war in the last 210 years. The Great Awakening is upon us, and every single one of you, as Mahatma Gandhi said, carries the seed of the universe within your heart. You are the leaders, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, who are now at this historic fork in the road, this crossroads, who will make the decision for the species, for the human race. It is up to you to stand up against their scientific tyranny, to break their code, to realize their system, and to defeat them. I want to speak about who we really are, who we are individually, free humanity, versus who they are, who the controllers are, and the differences between us. Madison Avenue in the last 100 years, in their own public writings, talk about how they try to teach us that we're inadequate, that we're ugly, that we're weak, that we're powerless, so they can fill us full of their lies in the name of supposedly fulfilling us. And they do that because the controllers are fundamentally scared of who you are individually. They are fundamentally scared of the dynamic human spirit that refuses to submit to their dehumanization. The globalists are scared. They are scared because they have engaged in a very wicked decision. The global controllers are highly intelligent, but they have learned the secrets of humanity. They've learned the secrets of our species. They know the potential, and they've decided to hoard that information to themselves and to use it to dominate and control their fellow humans, committing not just a crime against us, but a crime against themselves. And that's why they seek to shutter your psyche, your mind, your intellect, your soul, everything that you're capable of, because they are afraid of you. They know your inherent power. I go back to 1900, 110 years ago. Max Planck, a German physicist, in his mind envisioned equations that developed the atomic theory, envisioned in his mind on a blackboard long before cell phones, long before jet aircraft, before airplanes had even taken to the air. He envisioned equations in his mind that developed nuclear reactors, atomic and hydrogen weapons. He deliberately wrote out the plans for these systems. That's what the establishment is afraid of. We have minds and souls that can literally break the secrets of the universe. We are made in the image of the Creator of the entire dimension that we live in and beyond. Humanity is at an embryonic phase, and the global engineers know that, and they seek to stunt humanity, to dumb down humanity, to retard humanity, so it can be easily managed for our extermination, so that the children and the progeny of the global engineers can take to the stars and take part in the destiny of this species. But they are not righteous enough, pure enough, good enough by 1 trillion light years to take control of our destiny. They are greedy, envious scum that must be defeated. The elite, whether it's Europe, China, Latin America, it doesn't matter. The global rulers of this planet are predatory predators who enjoy dehumanizing and murdering and enslaving us. And they tell us that they're the elite. They developed the plan of eugenics out of social Darwinism and social Darwinism, saying they were doing the planet a favor in murdering and killing and dumbing down populations. They are the most avaricistic, inbred psychopaths who have a sheer pleasure in destroying society. They claim, this is their great secret, that they are building this world government in the name of peace, to stop nuclear war, to stop genetic engineering out of control. But on every front, they are greedily, like the demons they are, pressing the lever forward, slamming their foot down on the accelerator, driving us straight towards extinction. They are lovers of death. And like a moth to flame, they can't keep away from it. Like a moth to flame, they build their Hadron superconducting supercollider. And they make jokes on television about, yeah, there's a chance we're going to make a black hole. There's a chance we're going to cause an explosion 1 trillion times greater than the biggest H-bomb. But we're going to do it because we are the supposed God-men, they say. Meanwhile, they say that countries have to be invaded and millions have to be killed over 110-year-old technology of atomic weapons that they themselves handed out to the children of the world, just like in the old westerns where they throw the gun before the child and say, pick it up, kid, after the bad guy's already shot his daddy, and the little kid picks up the gun and they shoot him down in the dust, in the dirt. They use the technologies that have been developed as a pretext to menace this planet. They use the technologies they've developed as an excuse to take over our society. But at the base of everything they say, it is a lie. They are obsessed with death and destruction. And the human individual has to realize that we have no future if these people are not exposed and then ultimately defeated.